Essay. How to write the essay of the IELTS. So, how to write an essay of the IELTS? We are talking about the essay of the IELTS precisely. We write an essay by using the indented way, not the block. This is about the outsideous shape of the essay, not about the content. Here, it's also a skill. In the indented way, we leave a space of 2 words of the first line for each paragraph in our essay. It's really important. In the indented way, we leave a space of 2 words of the first line for each paragraph in our essay. What's an essay consisted of? An essay is consisted of 3 parts. The first one is the prologue, which we call the introduction. A prologue, which we call the introduction, and that is 1 paragraph. 1 paragraph. Then the second part is the plot or the body, and that is 2 paragraphs. 2 paragraphs. Then you have the epilogue, which is the conclusion, and that is 1 paragraph too. So, introduction 1 paragraph, body 2 paragraphs, and conclusion 1 paragraph. That's the outsideous shape. Now, things to avoid using in the essay. Things
Hello,
to
sir.
avoid. Hello, doctor. How is it going? Fine?
Fine.
Okay. Things to avoid using in the essay. Number 1, do not use I, my, we, our in the body. In the body. Avoid using, or it's better not to use I, my, we, our in the body. In the middle paragraphs, in paragraphs 2 and 3, don't use I, my, we, our. 2, never ever use. Do not use every something, no something, all something. For example, don't say every Iraqi, no Iraqis, all Iraqis in the essay. Because they mean an absolute case, 0% or 100%, and that is impossible. You may use a huge number of, a lot of, or you may also use almost every, almost no, almost all. For example, almost every Iraqi, almost no Iraqis, almost all Iraqis, a huge number of Iraqis, a lot of Iraqis, or any other suitable use instead. Or any other suitable use instead. Because in the IELTS, we don't have 0% or 100%. That's impossible. Until this point, is everything okay for everyone?
Yes.
Until this point.
Sorry, doctor.
Okay. 3, do
Sorry,
not.
doc-
Yes,
sorry.
Mr. Ghazwan. Yes.
What about if there is like a opinion question? For example, in my opinion
Look,
about my.
Mr. Ghazwan, wait. I'm explaining theoretically, and we said here you mean about number 1. Point number 1. We talked about the body, not about the introduction nor the conclusion. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. The first paragraph and the last paragraph of the essay. In the first paragraph and the last paragraph, you have to use both of them. And both of them, you have to use my. It's a must. It's a must. It's not a should, it's a must. Okay? Okay. Number 3.
Yes.
Number 3. Do not give any percentage or any specific number without relating it to an actual study, survey, or report. In other words, don't give any percentage or any specific number if it is not in the question. if it is not mentioned in the question, don't give any percentage or any specific number. Number 4, no abbreviations. That means no short forms are used. For example, he is not. Write in full words. Write in full words. Always. In the essay, write in full words. Until this point, theoretically speech, is everything okay? If you have a question, do not hesitate to ask me. I will give you 3 minutes for the questions. In 3 minutes. Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Any questions, everyone? No questions? Okay, so let me. Yes.
That's the overall pattern. You shouldn't, for example, mention any specific details in the.
I could not understand your question. There is a problem with your internet connection, Mr. Ghazwan. Can you say it again?
I mean about the number 4
Yes.
and number 3. You said you cannot mention any specific details.
Number or percentage. Number or percentage. I'm not talking about details. I'm talking about numbers or percentages. For example, you cannot say 90% of Iraqis. How do you know it's 90? Can you prove it that it's 90? Got the idea? Mr. Ghazwan? Clear?
Clear, Doctor.
Okay. This
Sorry,
is the meaning of point number 3. Yes, Mr. Saif.
Can we refer to a for external study when we refer to numbers?
It's better not to do that. It's better not to do that. And instead of mentioning numbers, I mean, for example, percentages, instead of writing, for example, 90% of Iraqis, you may write a huge number of Iraqis, a high percentage of Iraqis, the majority of Iraqis. It's better.
Then do we have a proof for that?
No, you don't have to make any proof for that if you don't mention a specific number or percentage.
Okay.
Okay. You may also write up to some studies. For example, up to some studies or dependable studies, the majority of Iraqis, blah, blah, blah. That's for example. And instead of writing a specific percentage with relating it to some specific study.
Okay.
Okay, it would be better to write something almost giving the truth. Almost giving the truth better than writing the fully truth with a specific percentage here. In the IELTS, I'm talking about the essay of the IELTS precisely here. Okay. Any other questions?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, let's come to how to write the essay in content. Imagine that you have this statement followed by this question. The statement says, many museums charge for admission while others are free. The question says, do you think the advantages of charging people for admission to museums outweigh the disadvantages? Do you think the advantages of charging people for admission to museums outweigh the disadvantages? Before explaining how to answer, how to start the introduction, I'm going to share here some simple words and expressions, linkers and fillers you will use in the IELTS essay. You will use in the IELTS piece of writing, in the IELTS pieces of writing. Okay? Here, I've just shared them. I wrote here in Arabic هذه الكلمات الأكثر استخداما بالIELTS writing task 2 and let's say a writing task 1 as well. الكلمة الأخيرة التي على اليمين من كل سطر هي low band word score. The words are red. The words are red. Use them as the last option. Use them as the last option. We have outweigh, eclipse, overshadow, mean cover. Drawbacks, defects, main disadvantages. Since, in the sense that, due to. If you don't know how to fully use due to, don't use it, please. Use since or use in the sense that. They mean because. Plot back re-employed. You may not need plot back, but since I used it in the example, so I gave it here. Improve, develop, utility, advantage, benefit, utilize, get benefit. We also have, for instance, for example, speaks or speak volumes is a proof, is evidence. Just let me go down with the page. I wrote it down. Advantages, utilitarian, beneficial. Initially, firstly, in the IELTS writing or speaking test, don't use firstly, first of all. Never do that. Never do that. Use initially instead. I will go back to the linkers. Slightly, a bit. Obviously, clearly. Let's come to the linkers now. Let's come to the linkers now. To express the contrast. Although, however, in contrast, on the other hand, contrastively. They mean but. On the other hand, has a condition to be used. If you use it in the second paragraph of the body, in the first paragraph of the body, you need to start with in one hand, precisely those three words. In one hand. So, in the second paragraph of the body, you will use on the other hand. This is for using on the other hand. And those words, those linkers, are usually used in the second paragraph of the body. In the second paragraph of the body. Okay? We have words to express addition, linkers to express addition. Furthermore, moreover, as well as additionally, in addition. They mean also. Avoid using also in the IELTS. Avoid using also in the IELTS because it changes the meaning of the sentence up to its location in the sentence. Okay. ما عدا هذه الكلمات فجميعها تحتسب high band word score. Reduce, lessen. We also have chief, main, folk, traditional, declined or decline, decreased or decrease. We also have another word which is incline, means increase. Okay. Any questions here?
Sorry, Mr. Haida.
Yes, please.
About those words which are reduced, lessen,
Yes.
Main or what do you mean by them? You mean they are not high band?
No, I mean, all of them are high bandwidth discourse. If you use reduce or listen, is the same.
Uh-huh.
Chief,
Okay,
main is
thank
the
you.
same. Most welcome. Okay.
Words in red above.
Yes.
That's mean the less they do have the less band in IELTS.
We call them we
How
call
about the
them
others?
medium band discourse.
The others have
Medium
the
band
same.
discourse.
Others
No.
have the same
Uh
band, or
no, they are different. Outweigh is higher than using cover. Eclipse is higher than using cover.
I mean,
Overshadow is higher.
but
Yes.
outweigh is higher than overshadow.
No, the same because they are in
The
black.
same.
They are in black.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you said, on the other hand, you said in one hand or on one hand?
No, N-I-N.
Okay.
N. Yes, I know because in the Chat GPT program, they will write you on one hand or on the one hand or something like that. No, it's not like that. It's a mistake. In one hand, in the first paragraph of the body, on the other hand, in the second paragraph of the body. That is how it's used. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's go back to the essay. Just give me a second to reshare. Here it is. If we have this statement, many museums charge for the admission while others are free, followed by this question. Do you think the advantages of charging people for admission to museums outweigh the disadvantages? How to start our essay. Before that, I want one of you to ask me this question. What's your name? Please, any one of you to ask me this question. Yes? Yes, please, any one of you to ask me what's your name. Ask me.
Name, doctor.
Okay, I'm fine, thank you. Another one to ask me the same question.
What's your name, mister?
I'm fine, thank you. Another one to ask me the same question.
Yes, what's your name? Yes.
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. If you noticed here, when you asked me this question, what's your name? My answer was, I'm fine, thank you. My answer is illogical. Here is the same thing in the IELTS. The question asks you about advantages and disadvantages. Your answer should be advantages or disadvantages. Do you agree or disagree? I agree, I disagree. Positive or negative? Is positive, is negative. It's not the question asks you about do you agree or disagree, and your answer is the advantages, the disadvantages. It's illogical. Just like, what's your name? I'm fine, thank you. Clear, everybody? Everyone clear? Hello?
Yes, clear. Keep going, Mr.
Okay,
Haider.
thank you very much. Okay, let's go back. How to start the introduction of the IELTS essay. The first thing, the first sentence is to paraphrase the statement. Paraphrase means rewrite it, in other words, giving the same meaning. Rewrite it, in other words, giving the same meaning. Many museums charge for admission while others are free. Paraphrase it. It will be some museums have an admission charge while some do not. Full stop. Some museums have an admission charge while some do not. It gives the same precise meaning of Many museums charge for admission while others are free. That's the first thing we do. After that, we have one of the three options. Whether we write in my opinion, or we write from, not in, from my point of view, or we write from my preview. From my preview. The most familiar one is in my opinion, followed by a comma. Then we answer the question with two reasons. We answer this question with two reasons. We answer this question with two reasons. Here, the drawbacks, disadvantages, the drawbacks of an entrance fee are eclipsed, covered by its benefits. It's passive. The sentence is impulsive. That means I go with the benefits. The drawbacks of an entrance fee are eclipsed by its benefits. That's the answer. The answer is asking about advantages or disadvantages. My answer is clear here. The drawbacks of an entrance fee are eclipsed by its benefits. It goes with the advantages. I have to give two reasons. I have to give two reasons. In the sense that, since S-I-N-C-E, which means because, in the sense that the income, I will give two reasons. The income will be brought back into operation and development of the museums. Again, how to start the introduction of the IELTS essay. Paraphrasing the statement, rewrite it in other words, giving the same precise meaning. In my opinion, answering the question with two reasons. Pay attention. This is the most ideal way by Cambridge School. By Cambridge School means by Cambridge way. By Cambridge University. Okay? By Cambridge School. And the IELTS is from Cambridge. Okay? If you want to follow this way, just a minute. Please let me finish my explanation, then you may ask. I will give you time to ask. Okay? Okay. If you want to follow this way, that's the most ideal way. You have to follow it precisely. If you want to follow any other ways, you are free. But do not mix two ways together. If you follow this way, do not write for the reasons which I'm going to explain in this essay, which I'm going to mention in this essay, or whatever. Do not do that if you follow this way. Again, do not do that if you follow this way. My words are clear. Don't say because that trainer said, the trainer who said that, follow his way, follow her way. Don't follow this way if you want to follow the others trainers. Clear? Don't add anything from your mind. It is fixed. Are my words clear? Everybody. Clear for everyone?
Clear, Mr.
Yes, it is clear.
Okay, yes. Somebody wanted to ask me a question. I think Mr. Saif. Yes, please, ask.
Yes, that's me, Mr. Haider.
Yes, please.
Okay, my question is that paraphrasing way is qualified for all types of question in task 2?
Yes. It's a fixed one. It's a fixed one.
So we can use in all types?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In all types we give two reasons?
That's the ideal way.
Yes, thank you.
Most welcome. Others?
The sentence here is only for the introduction.
This is for the introduction.
So we add the opinion in the introduction, not just paraphrasing the question.
Yes. Paraphrasing the question, in my opinion, answering the question, paraphrasing the statement, in my opinion, then answering the question with two reasons. Yes, it is fixed. Fixed. Any other questions? Any other questions?
So we first give this precise introduction, then we go in details, then in the body.
Yes, now we are in the introduction. Okay. We finished the introduction so far. Clear?
Okay, clear.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Shahid, please do not draw lines. Thank you. Please, everyone, if you draw lines on the screen, I will not be able to see well. Okay, now let's move on to the body. How to write the body after finishing the introduction. Don't forget, the introduction is paraphrasing the statement, which means writing the statement in other words, giving the same precise meaning, full stop, in my opinion, comma, answering the question with two reasons. After that, we start with the body in another paragraph. Okay? Before explaining how to start the body, there is a very important point here. Look at here, in, for example. Okay? If you start a new line and there is a space for some word, that means you are starting a new paragraph. You will be deducted for that. You will be deducted for that. You will get a less score. Okay? For example, here, let's say you start another paragraph, a new line, you will be deducted for that. Because a new line means a new paragraph. Be careful. A new line means a new paragraph. Clear? Is everything clear? Everyone, is everything clear?
Clear, mister.
Thank you. The others? Okay.
Clear.
Is it clear?
Thank you. Now let's start the first paragraph of the body. The question asks about advantages and disadvantages. Our answer here was with the advantages. So, the body will be divided into two paragraphs. One goes with the advantages, the other goes with the disadvantages. That is a must. It's not a mistake, it is not wrong to go with the advantages only, but the score will be less. The score will be less. It's correct if you take the two paragraphs of the body with the advantages, with the one which goes with your answer, but you will get a less score. If you deserve 7, they will give you 6. They will give you... Yes.
Doctor, about the body paragraph 1, for example, we can give, for example, main idea, explanation, example, and...
I'll explain, please.
Yeah,
I'll explain.
No, I mean, my question is, we can't just write about, for example, advantages in body 1?
Look, Mr. Ghazwan, I'm talking about two paragraphs of the body here. Let me finish explaining them, then you may ask me. Okay? Let me finish explaining them, then you may ask me. Okay. Okay. And the body is divided into two paragraphs. two paragraphs. One goes with your opinion, the other one goes with the opposite opinion to get a higher score. If you make the two paragraphs of the body with your opinion, it's not a mistake, but you will get a less score than you deserve. If you deserve 7, you will get 6. You will get 5.5. You will not get 7. Let's go back. Here. Which one you start with, you are free. You may start with the advantages, you may start with the disadvantages. You are free. Okay? Let's come to the first paragraph of the body. The first paragraph of the body. And the first sentence of the paragraph. How to write the paragraph of the body. The first thing you do is that you need to write the heading. The main idea of the paragraph. Or which we call it the topic sentence. The heading means the main idea. And it should be very clear. It should be very clear. Here, the first sentence says, a major disadvantage of an admission fee. This is clear. It talks about the disadvantage. A major disadvantage of an admission fee is the possibility. What is the disadvantage? Is the possibility of reducing the number of visitors. That's the first sentence of the first paragraph of the body. I wrote it very clear. A major disadvantage of an admission fee is the possibility of reducing the number of visitors. Now I need to explain it in the two coming sentences. Two, not one, two coming sentences. I need to explain it. In explanation, we take how and or why. How and or why. This is the explanation. Okay, everyone. Here, let's explain it. Museums house exhibitions and artifacts of a great educational and historical value. This is sentence number 1. Sentence number 2. If the chief aim of a museum is to introduce the local community, admission should be free to the public and visitors. Let's go back to the explanation. And the first paragraph of the body. The question talks about advantages and disadvantages. The two paragraphs of the body, one of them should go with the advantages, the other one should go with the disadvantages. Which one you start with, you are free. Which one you start with, you are free. You may start with the advantages, you may start with the disadvantages, you are free here. Okay? And the first sentence of the first paragraph of the body should be very clear. Very clear. A major disadvantage talks about disadvantages. This is clear. Of an admission fee is the possibility of reducing. What is the major disadvantage? Possibility reducing number visitors. Is the possibility of reducing the number of visitors. Now I explain this point in how and or why. Museums house exhibitions and artifacts of a great educational and historical value. If the chief aim of a museum is to introduce the local community, admission should be free to the public and visitors. So, until this point, the paragraph is finished. Paragraph number 1 of the body is finished. But we will face a big problem here. In the IELTS essay, you have to write at least 250 words. This paragraph is very short. So, in this case, we need to expand in this paragraph. How to expand? To expand, with this paragraph to exceed the words, to make your paragraph bigger, longer than it is, because this is very short. And you have to write at least 250 words, 250 words and or above. Okay, so in this case, we have to extend, to make the paragraph longer, bigger. How to do that? We have one of two options. Whether you write another disadvantage and explain it like here. Another disadvantage is that you write the disadvantage and explain it with how and or why. That means the 3 sentences. Or you write an example. You are free. Or you write an example. You are free. Here, we wrote an example. The example, if you write it, it should be something logical. You don't have to write a precise example. It should be something logical. For example, here, take some folk museums in Hong Kong, which preserve historic relics and display folk customs. For example, take some folk museums in Hong Kong, which preserve historic relics and display folk customs. For example, I gave the example. I have to explain the example and how it is related to the disadvantage. I have to do that. When you write the example, you have to explain it and relate it to your main point of the paragraph. Admission to these folk museums, which are often monuments, is free of charge. Admission to these folk museums, which are often monuments, is free of charge. If they had charged an entrance fee, many might have turned to other activities. If they charged an entrance fee, many might have turned to other activities. Is it clear for everybody now? Everyone, is it clear? Everybody. Any questions to ask?
This is only our opinion, or we explain others' opinion?
We explain in general here. We explain in general. We explain in general. Okay, Mr. Saif? In general. Let me explain it briefly. Let me explain it briefly. Yes, Mr. Hassanin.
How many times we need to take for generate the ideas before we answering? Can you explain that, please?
I couldn't understand your question. Could you please repeat it or paraphrase your question?
I meant the minutes we need to generate the ideas before we can starting our answer in body paragraph 1.
That depends on you. That depends on you. You may need 5 minutes, you may need 10 minutes, you may need a minute. It depends on the person. Yes. Each person is different from the others. For me, I may need 2 minutes or 3 minutes. For some questions, I may not need any minute. I just start. Got the idea, Mr. Hassanian? It depends on.
Yes, I got it.
It depends on you, really. Yes. Okay, Mr. Hassanian?
Yes, okay, Mr.
Yes.
Haider. Thank you very much.
Most welcome. Okay, now, Let me re-explain briefly. Start the first paragraph of the body with the main idea of the body, of the paragraph of the body, which is up to the question. Here in the question we have advantages and disadvantages. So the first sentence of the first paragraph of the body should be about advantages or disadvantages. And it should be very clear, and you have to mention it. For example, disadvantage, here, it's clear about disadvantage, and I wrote what it is. Possibility, reducing number visitors. It's clear. Then I explain it in 2 sentences here. 2 sentences. The 2 sentences should answer the 2 questions or one of them. The questions here are how and or why. How and or why. I explained this point in those 2 sentences. The paragraph is very short, so whether I give another disadvantage or I just give an example and explain it. When I give another disadvantage, I also have to mention what it is, and I also have to explain it with how and or why. When I give an example, I have to explain it and relate it to the disadvantage. Clear, everyone? If you have a question here, do not hesitate to ask me. Do you have any questions here?
So in the introduction, we introduce our opinion. Then in the paragraph, in the body, we speak about the topic in general, right?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Explain it. Okay? Yes. Any other questions here? Okay. In the second paragraph of the body. In the first paragraph, we talked about disadvantage. The second paragraph, we need to start it with a linker. An opposite, a contrastive linker. For example, here, I wrote contrastively. In contrast. And the second paragraph, since the first one, we talked about disadvantages, in the second one, we have to talk about the advantages. Contrastively, an entrance fee might have a negative effect on the admission figures, but an income is favorable to museum in terms of operation. Okay, it's clear that it talks about the advantages. It's clear that it talks about the advantages. Okay, which is the opposite of the disadvantages. Pay attention. There is a very important point I would like to explain here. Let's go back to the introduction. Our answer in the introduction was with the advantages. Here, it's very clear that it goes with the advantages, okay? Because it says the drawbacks of an entrance fee are eclipsed using the passive by its benefits. That means you go with the benefits. When you come here in the paragraph of the advantages, you need to mention here one of the 2 reasons you gave, or both of them, here, for your answer and the introduction. In the introduction, I gave the reasons as operation and development. So when I come to the body, I have to explain one of them or both of them. I have to. It's a must. It's a must here. explain one of them or both of them. I have to explain operation and or development. If you don't explain operation and or development, the paragraph of the body in which you explain the advantages will not be regarded. You will be deducted for writing any other points if it does not include operation and or development. Is that clear? Is that clear for everyone?
Yes, Mister.
Yes, it is.
Okay, pay attention to this point because a lot of candidates have this mistake. They do not explain one of the reasons or both of the reasons in the paragraph of the body which goes with their answer. Okay, everyone? Okay, now, if you have a question, ask me, please. Thank you very much. Okay, now, let's go back here. Let's go back to the paragraph of the body, the second paragraph of the body. Contrastively, an entrance fee might have a negative effect on the admission figures, but an income is favorable to museums in terms of operation. Now, we need to explain this here. Okay? Now we need to explain this point. How and or why? The same thing as we did in the first paragraph. Museums feature educational exhibitions at times, and this could not have been done without a sum of money expended on hiring professionals and buying equipment. Here, contrastively, an entrance fee might have a negative effect on the admission figures, but an income is favorable to museums in terms of operation. Museums feature educational exhibitions at times, and this could not have been done without a sum of money expended on hiring professionals and buying equipment. The paragraph is also short. We also add another advantage, and here we explain the operation only. If we need if we want to add another advantage, it has to be development, because in the reasons I mentioned operation and development. So if I want to add another point to the advantages, it has to be development, if we like it or not. It's a must. Or we may just write an example. In the example, the same. We write the example and explain how it is related to the advantages. The Hong Kong Space Museum, for instance, which means for example, has monthly exhibitions on different issues, and professional docents are employed to take visitors on a guided tour around the museum. This example speaks volumes. As we said, speaks volumes means is a proof, is evidence about how a reasonable admission charge is advantageous to the operation of a museum. That's a perfect body writing. Okay, this is an ideal piece of writing so far. Do you have any questions about the body? Ask me now.
In the first paragraph, we mentioned disadvantages, and now we mention the advantages, but
Yes.
It seems like we contradict ourselves.
Mr. Saif, look at the question. Do you think the advantages of charging people for admission to museums outweigh the disadvantages? Okay. That means you will give your opinion, but the explanation should be something in general. Clear? Mr. Saif?
Okay. You mean like some people thinks about the first the advantages and others think of the about the advantages? Like we explain like that?
When you explain, you have to take both opinions under one frame. But the explanation, explanation proves your idea. Got the idea?
Sorry,
Mr.
could
Say?
you repeat again?
You have to take both opinions under one frame, but the explanation should, has to, must, however you take it. Okay? Explain and proves your idea more, your opinion more. Clear?
So I don't refer to others when I talk about or when I write and the body. Like I say, some people thinks that
Some people think, you mean. Some people,
yeah,
no, why do you write some people? Why?
like they describe the advantages. Some people think the advantages of
Why? The
charging.
question asks you about your opinion. I don't care about some others' opinions. Got the idea?
So I take it as an example.
Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Others, are there any questions? Ask, please. Do not hesitate. Whatever the question is, ask it, please.
Yes, Mr. Dr. Haider, regarding the tense of our answer for both body paragraphs, which type of tense we should use?
That depends on the question itself. That depends on the question itself.
Yeah, and our question, can you please explain it more?
It depends on the question. Look, the question here asks you about something in general, and mostly it will ask about something in general. So we tend to use the present simple more than the other tenses. Clear?
Yes, clear. Is there any way to implement another type of tense to make sure
Indeed,
that we use different type of
indeed,
tenses?
indeed.
Yeah,
Just like
is there
here,
any way? Yeah.
just like here. If you see our eclipse, we use passive, right? We use the passive here. It's another tense. And let's see here. No, we use the passive too. So there is another tense we used. Clear? Yes, Mr. Sorry, I don't know. It's called Zoom user. Is that clear for you?
No, not very much clear actually. Yeah, can you please explain the tense of the question and why we use this kind of tenses and how we use them or how we can develop another type of tenses?
Oh, it's very easy. It's very
Yeah.
easy. It's very easy. Look, most of the questions of the IELTS writing task 2 will be in simple present. Okay? If there is no way to use another tense, use the passive in the first paragraph in answering the question here. You may use the simple present but passive in the answer of the question because 99% of your sentences will be in simple present. So to use another tense, I used the simple present passive here. It's regarded as another tense. Clear, Mr. Saif? Sorry, Mr.
Yes,
Hawass.
clear. Sadiq,
Clear?
Sadiq.
Clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. In this case, you used more than a tense. In this case, you used more than a tense. Okay? Others? Any other questions?
We give a space before you start the second body paragraph? Is that,
Yes,
yeah, is that obligate? Yeah.
we explained this at the beginning of the lecture. You were late to it. You will watch it. You will watch it, and once you watch it, you will find the answer of this question. Yes.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Others? Any other questions? No questions? Okay. Now let's come to the to another important part of the essay, part number 3, the last paragraph, which is the conclusion. You have to start it with one of 3 expressions. In conclusion, comma, to conclude, comma, or bottom line, comma. In conclusion, comma, or to conclude, comma, or bottom line, comma. The most familiar one is in conclusion, followed by a comma. You have to write this expression. Okay? One of those 3 which I mentioned. In conclusion, comma. The first sentence here, let me read it, then explain. The disadvantages of an admission fee are overshadowed by the benefits occurring from a stable source of income. The disadvantages of an admission fee are overshadowed by the benefits. Okay? Here is the main idea. In conclusion, the disadvantages of an admission fee are overshadowed by the benefits. I added here occurring from a stable source of income. You want to write it, you don't want to write it, it's not a big deal. What I mean precisely, if you reread this sentence, the disadvantages of an admission fee are overshadowed by the benefits. It's precisely the same sentence here, but paraphrased. In other words, after writing in conclusion, you paraphrase your answer to the question of the introduction. That was the question. Do you think the advantages of charging people for admission to museums outweigh the disadvantages? My answer was the drawbacks of an entrance fee are eclipsed by its benefits. We paraphrase it here as the first sentence here of the conclusion. Is that clear, everyone? Everybody, is that clear?
Clear, Mister.
If you have a question, please ask me now about this one precisely. If you have a question, ask me now. No questions? Okay. Then you may add this expression here. If you'd like to add it or not to add it, you are free. You may add it here just to show them that the flourishment and the enrichment of your language. You may add it here to beautify, no more, no less. Therefore, comma, having weighed up, not weighted, weighed. Having weighed up the pros and cons. This expression, you may add it or not, you are free. It's just to beautify the piece of writing. Therefore, having weighed up the pros and cons. then you need to restate your opinion. Restate your opinion. This is a must. You need to restate your opinion here in the conclusion. I am convinced. Pay attention. Any mistake will change the meaning. It will be a mistake. I am convinced. I'm convinced that museums should charge an entrance fee, because your answer was with charging fees, with charging money. I'm convinced that museums should charge an entrance fee for the sake of, you repeat the same two reasons which you mentioned in the introduction: operation and development. So, this is a must. Paraphrasing your answer is a must. Restating your opinion with the two reasons is a must. This one is optional. Clear, everybody?
Clear.
Others, if you have a question about the conclusion only, ask me now. The conclusion only. If there is a question, ask me now.
So do you suggest that we write the conclusion after we write the introduction, then start with the body?
It's not a suggestion. It's a method. It's a method. This is not a suggestion. This is the ideal way of Cambridge, of how to write an essay of the IELTS, of how to write the essay of IELTS. Task number 2. It's a method, the ideal method of it.
Okay.
Yes, it's not my opinion. No, this is not my opinion. This is the method of Cambridge. Cambridge, it's the ideal method of Cambridge of how to write essay number, the essay task number 2. Okay. Others, any questions regarding the conclusion? Okay. In general, any questions about the essay? Who has a question?
If we do a mistake in the spelling of one of the words,
It's a mistake.
like the examiner will not consider the meaning?
It's a mistake. A mistake is a mistake.
Okay.
Yes, a mistake is a mistake. Yes, you have punctuation also. Commas, full stops, okay, and capitalization. Yes, they are mistakes. A mistake is a mistake. Okay. Who has a question about the essay in general?
So it is required to write about 250 words.
At least. At least.
At least. So what is the maximum words can we write?
1 million, 2 million if you like. Yes. There is no maximum of words. There is no maximum number.
If I write 350,
you're free. You're free.
Okay.
You're free. I told you, 1 million, 2 million words, you're free. But at least 250 words. They gave you a least number. The maximum, you are free. There is no max number. Yes, others. Any other questions about the essay in general? No questions? Okay. Just give me a minute. Please stay on the Zoom. Yes, please. We have Samsung. Yes, please. Ask. Yes? Samsung SM-S9. S93BB. Or 938B. I don't know. Yes, you are raising your hand. Ask me, please. Unmute your mic and ask. Please. Okay. No questions? Others, a question, please. Do not hesitate to ask whatever your question is. If you think it's simple, if you think it's complicated, please ask. Okay? My job is to answer your questions. If you couldn't understand it well, if you did not understand the point, if you have a confusion about something about the essay, I'm talking now, you may ask. Any questions? No questions? Okay. So,
ألو مستر حيدر.
hello, Mr. Jai. Yes, please ask.
ألو مستر حيدر، العفو، بس عندي استفسار يعني خارج
Can you ask
الليكتشر.
it? Can you ask it in English?
Okay.
Yes, please.
When I was in a lecture with you,
Mm-hmm. Yes, Mr. Jai. Mr. Jai. Yes.
طبي فصار لي ظرف، أي فما قدرت يعني ألحق أكون وياهم.
You mean you could not start
If there is
from the
new group
beginning?
or writing section. أي.
Sorry, Mr. Jai. If something related to one of my groups, okay, after the lecture,
Okay.
you may write to me and I will answer you. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Don't worry. I could understand that you had to leave your group and now you want to go back with the training, right? This is how you meant, Mr. Jai?
Yes, Mr. Haidar.
Don't worry.
Yes, Mr.
You already know
Okay.
my way. I will put you with one of the groups to continue with them. It's my way.
Okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
most welcome. You already know my way. I'm going to put you with one of the groups to continue with them. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Okay.
No worries about this point. You already know my way. Okay. Everybody knows my way. Yes, please. Questions related to the essay. Who has a question? Okay. So I'm going to give you a subject to write about. I'm going to share it on the screen here. Mr. Jha, please contact me after the lecture. After we finish the lecture, contact me, please. Just a minute, please, everybody. Let me share the subject here. I'm having a good subject to give you to write about. Let me share. Yes, this is the subject. Please, I want you to take a screenshot to this one, please. Now, take a screenshot. I'm giving you a minute to take a screenshot to it. 1 minute, then I'm going to explain how to write it. Take a screenshot to this subject, please. Take a picture, a photo, a screenshot, however you say it, please, in a minute. Okay, thank you. Let me read it for you and tell you how to write it. It says, let me magnify. It says here, there are more cars on the roads these days and more accidents. As a result, some politicians have suggested that people should take regular driving tests throughout their lives, rather than one single test. So, the first thing you need to paraphrase this one. Paraphrase. Paraphrase, rewrite it in other words, giving the same precise meaning. What to paraphrase here? Here it has important information you need to mention them in the first sentence of the paraphrasing sentence in the introduction. More cars or roads these days. More accidents. Result, some politicians suggested people retake the driving tests rather than one single test, rather than a single test. These are the pieces of information which you need to include in your paraphrasing sentence. After that, in my opinion, you answer those two questions with two reasons. That's the introduction. What do you think are the advantages of repeated driving tests? Do these outweigh the disadvantages? That's the introduction. Then the body, one of the paragraphs of the body will go with the advantages, the other one will go with the disadvantages. After that, at the end, you will write the conclusion. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. I'm going to pause, not to stop. I'm going to pause the recording here. Many cars nowadays should be written as one word.
Yes. Firstly, I'm sorry for a mistake because I am writing very quickly.
Let me see.
Okay.
Okay, and I will tell you your mistakes in general.
In the first, I will paraphrase the question. Many cars.
Paraphrase the statement, not the question.
The statement, yes. Many cars nowadays.
No, please. I need to read it by myself.
Okay.
Okay, yes. Okay. Nowadays should be written as one word. And more actions. More actions? No. It does not say more actions. Because the question says more accidents. Okay? Therefore, comma should be followed by a comma. A regular driving. Firstly, should be separated. Secondly, writing A here is a mistake because you use tests. A means one, you need to delete A. Regular driving tests should people take? No. You need to change the order of the sentence here.
Okay.
And secondly, it does not give the entire meaning of the statement. Let's go back to the statement here. Just a minute. Okay. Here's the question. There are more cars on the roads these days and more accidents. Okay. As a result, some politicians have suggested, you did not write this as a synonymous expression. You did not paraphrase it, nor write it, that people should take regular driving tests throughout their lives rather than one single test. You did not give a full paraphrase for this statement. Okay?
Okay. What can I write instead of some politicals?
Some politicians, you mean? You may write some officials. Yes. You may write some officials. It's okay.
Some officials. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Let me see. In my opinion, the drawbacks of repeat driving tests are eclipsed by it's without an apostrophe. ITS only.
ITS only. Yes.
Without the apostrophe, because this apostrophe means it is, which gives a different meaning.
Yes.
By its benefits in the sense that, why did you capitalize the S? No capitalization here. People.
This is a small letter, but I was
No.
quickly writing.
No, it's capital. I can see it as capital.
A small letter, yes.
It's not how you mean. It's how
Okay.
the
Because
examiner
they quickly
can see it. It's how the examiner can see it. Okay, Ms. Zahra?
Okay.
That people learned we
Yes.
cannot use past.
Yes.
The driving well and subject to traffic laws. A major advantage of repeated driving tests is the possibility of reducing the number of accidents. If the chief aim of a driving test is to reduce accidents, people should be learn the laws of traffic, for instance. Contrastively, repeated driving tests have a negative effect on people. A negative effect. The A should be separated from negative. It's two words, not one word. A is a word.
Okay.
A is a word.
Yes.
A negative effect on the people. They will subject to law. Example, they don't write abbreviations. You need to write in full form. In a full form.
Okay.
Do not.
Okay.
Ms. Zahra, you have a problem with the
Yes.
grammar. This is number one. And
Yes.
also with the vocabularies. Okay. It's better.
Yes.
It's better if you improve. It's better if you improve your English before
Yes.
the training of the IELTS.
Okay.
You need
But
to improve your English.
but this is the one test for me in this lesson.
Even though I could see from the language when you spoke to me at the beginning that you need to improve your English before you start training the IELTS. It's better. Yes, because until now I can see your which score do you need? What's the score? What's the score that you need in the IELTS?
I am a primary student in the IELTS.
We don't have in the IELTS. We don't have a primary, secondary, or something like that. The IELTS is the IELTS. It's one training. I'm telling you that I've been training the IELTS for around 22 years. Okay.
This is the first trying for me.
You need to improve your English before taking the IELTS. Okay.
Okay.
My question is, which score do you need in the IELTS?
I need to 5.5 score.
Okay. I can see from your piece of writing you need at least one level of English language, at least, which is B1, pre-intermediate to study it. Then you may take the training of the IELTS. At least you need. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now let's see. I'm having another piece of writing of Mr. Ali Hilal. Mr. Ali, are you here? Mr.
Yes,
Ali?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
here.
Let me check your piece of writing. Okay, this is the first one. Nowadays, there are more cars on the roads than before, and traffic accidents, what's this? Have become increasingly common. Therefore, comma, should be followed by a comma. Therefore, some people, the S should be small. Some people believe. No, it's not some people. Some politicians, precisely some politicians, which means some officials, you may write. Okay, believe, a spelling mistake, that drivers should take is a mistakenly.
Regular driving test.
No, sorry, just a second. There is a mistake in the spelling. This is stop, not take. Regular driving, a mistake also in the spelling. Tests throughout their lives, a mistake in spelling, and instead of only one test. Okay, I believe that this idea has more advantages than disadvantages because it can improve road safety and encourage responsible driving. Okay, you may say it's somehow a good one, the introduction, but you have a lot of spelling mistakes here.
Yes, right now I have 6 mistakes. I write it right now. I write the note.
Not only
What
6,
you mentioned.
because you have there
Yeah.
THEIR.
Yes.
Where is it? You also have disadvantages. No, it's okay. Because it can improve road safety and encourage responsible driving. Okay? Somehow it's good one, it's a good one, but you have spelling mistakes. Let's see. One major advantage of repeated driving, not a driver, a driving test is that help ensure that the drivers continue to follow traffic rules over time. Over time should be written as one word and followed by a comma. Why? Because it's time. When we use time at the beginning of a sentence, we need to follow it by a comma. Okay? Just like here when you wrote meanwhile. Nowadays. Nowadays, you wrote it at the beginning of a sentence because it's time. You followed it by a comma. Okay?
By a comma, yeah.
Yes. Many people develop, what's this?
Bad driving habits.
Bad driving habits. Habits with B, not with P. Driving without the E.
Yes.
Okay, we omit the E at the end. And bad is not clear, just like bad, just like P, not D. Or forget, not forgets. Because you wrote people. People is plural. So we cannot add S to the verb. Important regulations, you mean. Full stop. Regular test would remind drivers, a mistake, of road safety and help reduce accidents without an apostrophe.
Sorry, Mr. Haidar. So he's off the road. Safety is supposed to be safely, huh?
Safety. You wrote safe.
Yes.
It should be safety.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Accidents without apostrophe. In addition, all drivers could be checked to make sure they are still physically fit to drive, not to drives, to drive safely. Okay, to drive safely. A lot of capitalization you have here, which you don't need. Just like this word. Capitalized. You don't need it. Just like here. The S. You don't need capital letter here. Okay?
Oh.
Let me go on. On the other hand, sorry. Repeated driving test may have some disadvantages. They can be expensive and time-consuming for both drivers and governments, not our government. No, governments. And
just
governments in general.
Yes.
With the S of the end, and you have a spelling mistake. M-E, it's not M-I.
Okay.
Yes. Some experienced Experienced drivers may also feel stressed or believe a mistake in spelling that the tests are unnecessary. However, these problems are relatively minor compared with is okay, but compared to is better.
Okay.
Compared to the benefits of saving lives and what's this?
Saving lives and
Preventing serious road accidents. In conclusion, regular driving tests may cost time and money. I believe their advantages outweigh, not outweigh, without T, outweigh the disadvantages. They improve driving standard, increase. Why there is Y here? You don't need the Y. Standard increase public safety and help create more responsible drivers on the road. Okay, it's a good piece of writing, but
okay.
you need to focus on the spelling, focus on the punctuation, especially the capitalization.
Yeah. By the way, this is what I feel science more than 6 years or more than that. I have a problem with writing. I don't know, forget some spelling, some grammatical note. I'm trying to improve, but the problem is as working as an interpreter or translator. I focus just for three or just two skills, like listening and speaking. For that problem, I have many mistakes in my writing.
Yes, and also you've got a problem with the S.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
it.
with the S. With the
You
S, you
got
have
it.
a problem. Yes, and this problem of the S is with the majority of Asians and Africans. The S and the ing form, ing.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's the problem with the majority. Believe it. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Safe. Yes, sorry, just a minute. Mr.
Yes.
Safe and Mr. Safe. I have two Mr. Safes. Please send me your pieces of writing to the Telegram. I cannot share what you sent here. So send it to the Telegram, please. Okay? Yes, please.
I'm not opening Telegram on my PC.
Can you send it to my let's say
So I logged
WhatsApp?
in Zoom and
WhatsApp. Can you send it to the
no,
WhatsApp?
sorry, I'm logging on Zoom in the PC.
Okay, from PC. So how can I?
So
Just a minute.
it's
Let me find.
in the chat.
Yes, I know. Let me find a solution. Just a second, because in the chat it's not easy for me to share. Let me see how I can do that. Okay. Yes. Let me copy and put it. I'll try to put it here. Yes. I could put one of them here. Let me find another solution for another Mr. Safe, because I have two Mr. Safes here.
Actually, it was the same one. I
The
sent it
same.
first as a text document, then
Yes.
I pasted in the chat.
So just a minute. In this case, Just give me a minute. Yes, I've just added it here. I'll try to open it from here. Well, yes, here it is. Now it's not clear. No problem. So I just need a minute. Oh, no. It can't be done here. Sorry, that will take a minute from me. Yes. Now let me share. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. There are many vehicles in the streets, comma, nowadays, another comma after nowadays,
Nowadays.
before and
Okay.
after, before and after.
Okay.
Okay. And many car crashes. Therefore, some lawmakers, it's not lawmakers, it's different in meaning. It should be officials, is better. Believe that individuals have to regularly take driving tests during their entire life instead of only one test. I think that having, where is in my opinion? In my opinion is better than I think.
Okay.
In my opinion, comma. Without that, having driving tests from time to time ensures that only qualified drivers can drive on the roads, which would help. You don't need this one. You don't need the semicolon, which would help in eliminating accidents. So, comma, in my opinion, these advantages not outweigh.
Okay.
Okay? Yes. Opinion with an I, a spelling mistake. Outweigh the drawbacks. Okay? In one hand, taking a driving test authorizes adults to drive on the roads. They usually um, go through many examinations physically. A spelling mistake. You forgot the Y. Physically, mentally, and it's better to be without a comma before the last item. And practically before getting the license. In many countries, such procedures, one of them, such a procedure is considered. Such a procedures are considered firm
Okay.
in a way that not all persons don't use persons. It's better to use people.
Okay.
It's better. Persons is correct, but it's regarded also a street language word. We call it second class. We have first class, second class, and third class. Persons is regarded as a second class language word. Okay? Can easily
Okay.
pass the driving test. This will enable only drivers with certain criteria to have the license and start driving on the streets. By time, they just have to renew their license by taking a specific test. Oh, sorry, by taking specific tests. Almost physically, to examine, not to examine, you forgot the N, the ability to continue driving safely. And there is no need to be examined by the ability on how to drive because it has already been tested. However, on the other hand, it's better to use on the other hand without however.
Okay.
Yes. This scenario, you have a mistake in spelling because you have an E before, instead of the I here. It's not the same in other countries, particularly the same developing countries. Developing or developed is different in meaning.
I mean, developing countries.
Developing countries like the Middle East countries.
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. Which would lead the unqualified people to get the driving license. As a result, this could be one of the main reasons of car accidents these days. This, in many ways, you repeated this expression, this in many ways. You've already used it. Avoid repetition in the IELTS.
Where I didn't use in many ways.
Where is it? I've read it here. Here it is. No. It was in many countries. Sorry. It was in many countries. You are right.
Okay.
Here. Yes. Okay. In many ways, cause threats to other drivers and cars. High standards should be considered when allowing individuals use the roads, which may have negative results not only on the life of others, but on the public and the private properties. Properties, there is no I after the R. Okay.
Properties. Okay.
In conclusion, the advantages of having regular driving tests are overweighed, not overweight. Overweighed. Overweighed. Sorry.
Like passive tense?
Yes. Overweighed by the outweighed. Sorry. Outweighed by the disadvantages. Just wait. The advantages of having regular driving tests are outweighed by the disadvantages? No.
I meant the opposite.
Yes, it should be the opposite here. This
I mean,
one.
No, I wrote driving. The advantages of having regular driving tests should overweigh the disadvantages. Not R. There should not be R.
That's why there was a mistake here.
Yes.
Okay, because you wrote R. We corrected it. Okay. The disadvantages of having regular driving tests are outweighed by the advantages.
Okay.
I totally agree with those politicians that propose to impose those tests on drivers to make sure the safety of people, to make sure of the safety of people and the properties. And their properties, no problem. And the properties without the E, don't forget that. Without the I, sorry. Properties, okay? Okay. How many words?
Didn't count it.
Okay. Just a minute.
Just without the E at the end.
Yes, I'm checking why is it a mistake. To examine, yes. No, because it gave me a mistake from the beginning.
Mm.
Look.
I
It's
forgot
not-
the I.
no,
the N.
it's with an E, I'm sure, to examine. Yes,
Okay.
to examine the ability. Okay.
How
Without
many words?
without the mistakes, I would give it 6.5. With the mistakes, it would be 5.5.
Okay.
So focus on your spelling mistakes.
And
Okay.
how many words do we have?
Yes, I believe it's over 250, right?
I don't know. I didn't count it.
No problem. I believe it's over 250. Yes.
And
Okay.
how can we improve this essay?
By writing more and by reading more. Got the idea? In other
Okay.
words, by practicing. By practicing more and reading more. Okay. Yes, please. Others. Others? Others?
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes, please.
If I get 6.5 on this essay and 7 on the first task,
Mm-hmm.
the result would be 6.5.
Look, it's not like that. It's not like that. Because on the essay, you have 2/3 of the score of the writing module and 1/3 on task 1. Got the idea? So in other words,
Okay.
the essay is out of 6 of 9 of the writing. And task 1 is out of 3 of 9.
Okay.
Got the idea? Yes. Yes. So it's different. It's different. Okay, others? Nobody wrote? Nobody would like to show me? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to upload this lecture on YouTube and also on the Telegram. I will also upload it as a YouTube link on IELTS الطلبة العراقيون. Thank you very much, everyone, and wish you all the best. And also wish that you could utilize this lecture. Bye, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Goodbye.
very much.
Thank
Bye.
you.